about joining the Red Wings?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, what appealed to you about joining the Detroit Red Wings?
Like, what is it?
Why did you want to sign with the Red Wings?
I talked to a lot of guys who used to play there, who's playing there right now. A lot of family guys, and they've all been happy there. And I like the way the team played last year. And I mean, we decided with the family this is the best decision for us moving forward. And we are really excited about it. It's a new chapter for us, and we just can't wait to get to Detroit, get settled, and start the training camp.
Who did you talk to?
A lot of guys.
Guys, anyone in particular you can name, or?
I talked to Kane. We played together in Detroit, so I talked to him. There's a lot of guys who used to play in St. Louis, so a lot of familiar faces, and they all say only good things about Detroit, the city, a team, and that's why we decided to come.
Thank you.
Rachel?
Hi, Vladimir. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. I appreciate it. You've got 2 cups in 5 years. You've been a part of really great winning organizations. Are you hoping, or do you feel that what you saw out of Detroit last year is close to the next step?
Yeah, I feel like last year was very close, and I'm not a person who just come and hang out, enjoy my time and don't try to win. I really like winning, and we just won the 2nd cup, but I will do everything I can to help the organization to take a next step, help the guys, share my experience, and just do my best to be able to make a playoffs. And since you make a playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. So that's the reason I come, because, like I said, I like the way the team played, and I believe this team can make a playoffs and do some special things.
Sure. Over your experience over the last few years with a couple different teams, like you've said, you know what it takes to win. What kind of guy are you in the room? Are you expecting to come in and be a really vocal guy in the room, or are you going to flush it out first?
No, I wouldn't say I'm vocal like every day. I like to learn the guys, and, I'd like to do like one-on-one talks with guys, trying to help everybody around me. And like I said, share my experience as much as possible. Sometimes, you can mention whoever needs some support or just a friendly talk. And knowing by my own experience, sometimes it means a lot. So I think I only talk when I feel like there is a need to talk, and when it comes from my heart. I don't really say things I don't care about. And I mean, like you said, I gone through, was lucky to go through some teams who be able to win a cup, and being inside of the team's biggest thing is to have a close group of guys. And that's what I heard about Detroit, that the guys are very close. It's a good group, and I'll just try to help them as much as I can.
Cool. Thank you, Vladimir. Look forward to meeting you this fall.
Thank you.
Ed?
Hey, Vladimir, welcome to Detroit. Hey, just playing with Kane in New York, did you develop some chemistry with him? And what's it like playing with a guy like that?
I don't think I played with him on the line, though. But we played against each other for a long, long time. When I played in St. Louis, he played in Chicago. And I don't think we was friends at that time, but I was happy I had a chance to know him as a person. He's a great person. He treated me well, and I feel like we have a good relationships, and that's why I mentioned him. We talked a couple of weeks ago, and happy to play together again.
Hey, one last one. I mean, were you a fan of the Russian Five? And was this a team that in the back of your mind you kind of wanted to, maybe someday play here?
I think Detroit is a team, like, it's one of the most famous, if not the most famous team in the world. Like, when you talk about hockey with the history, and like, no offense to other teams, but we grew up in Russia, like you mentioned. A lot of people follow Detroit because of the Russian Five. And like, I had my first PlayStation. I was playing for Detroit too, like with my friend. So yeah, this was a team think all the kids in my neighborhood when I grow up pick when we talk about hockey, and it's pretty excited to join a team, wear a jersey, and try to help the team win.
Did I read somewhere you're a big Fedorov fan too? I mean, did you like I mean,
Oh, I wouldn't say like, I don't want to lie to you. I wouldn't say I was like super fan. I like how he played a lot, but in that time when I were young, we don't have many options to follow the league. So it's not like nowadays where you can YouTube the highlights and see whatever you want. Like the place where I grew up back home in Russia, we don't really have NHL on the TV at that time, so it was hard to follow.
gotcha. Thanks for this.
Answer.
Yeah, hi, Vladimir. Just you played against the Wings quite a bit, I think, the last couple of years. Just what are some of your impressions of the team and maybe a couple of players that stood out to you as far as being maybe difficult to play against?
I think what I mentioned is, you need to have a good defense in order to win games, make it to the playoffs. And I feel like every year we played, got more structured. They always score a lot of goals and have a lot of skill offensive guys, but I feel like especially last year, everybody pay attention to details and play good defense, and at least to, I think it was 1 point last year, like they make a playoffs in 1 point, and they play really well in the end. So obviously there's a lot of skill guys, like I mentioned, who can score, but the way they changed the game to, kind of mature and be able to play on both ends of the ice, it was a good change.
Is that also something that's evolved in your game? I know when you came into the league with St. Louis, you're known for being a high scorer. Just over the years, do you feel you've developed a better two-way game?
I mean, I still like to score goals. Don't get me wrong, and I still have some, not only team but personal goals too. I know a lot of people say like when you get older it's harder to get, but I believe it's possible. And I think the way it was, I never not wanted to not play defense. Sometimes I just don't understand what to do, but when the years come by and more I play, I just realize you have to do this in order if you want your team to win the championships, and I think this is the way to go.
Thank you.
Sean.
Hey, Vlad. So past 2 seasons, you've been traded to the deadline. And I know for you shared the picture the other day of your 5-year-old son in the Stanley Cup again, and clearly grew a little bit from the last time he was in it as a 2-day-old. For you, was it important to find a deal where the 2-year deal where you no longer have to worry about moving the kids in February like you've done the past 2 years?
Yeah, it's nice. And all my kids play hockey too. Like I know Detroit have one of the best youth hockey programs in the States, which is nice too. And it's not only what's happened on hockey, like we have a lot of things happen in our lives. And last year was hard, and we're obviously very happy for a trust from the organization, give us a deal, and we can come and settle and just be together as a family.
As far as the last 2 seasons when you've been traded like that, was it kind of you just living by yourself in New York and then Florida, or did the family come along? What was that kind of like the last 2 years?
No, they've always been with me, except like I was in Ottawa with my older son. He played hockey there, and my wife come to visit me like many times during the year. Like she went back and forth, and they was in Florida, so when I was traded, we just reunited, and in Florida we just live in our own house, which was nice. And they're always with me, and like I said, not only like the hockey part, it was a tough year like previous year, and we are happy it's ended up the way it's ended up, and now we just try to get some rest as a family and getting ready for a new chapter in our lives, and I'm very sure it's going to be exciting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got time for 2 more questions. We'll go Sam first, and then last question will be Max.
Vladimir, what for you was similar about last year's Panthers to the Blues team that you won the cup with previously? And in what ways were those two groups different in your mind?
I feel like what was similar is the way the team play hard defense, and I think the biggest similarities was the group. The group inside of the locker room was very tight, and when a group is tight and there is a good relationships inside and high level of trust, it can raise your confidence. And sometimes things don't go right in the playoffs, and I feel like that's what's happened in the Game 7 and the finals, because the group we had, when we lost 3 games in a row, we were able to like come close together and just think like, you know, it's one game, we can win it, let's go and work for each other, have the trust and give us a result. And I feel like, I don't know, there's obviously different systems and different style of playing hockey if you talk about differences, but like you mentioned, I was lucky to win twice, and I can tell like the group and the bond between the guys inside the locker room, I think, is the most important part.
Mm-hmm. And as far as talking to the Red Wings and agreeing to a contract, did you have any sort of conversation about the role you would end up playing, or is that the sort of thing that gets resolved at training camp?
I think we'll have more talks coming on, but I will take some rest now a little bit, prepare my as best as I can, and try to help the team like the hardest way I can. You know, like I mentioned before, I still not satisfied with hockey. I still love the game a lot. I still have to score, and just want to prove people I can do it more. And in the meantime, helping the team to step on the next level.
Thank you.
Last questions, Max.
Yeah, we cannot make Kaner wait too long. He will get upset.
I'll be quick. Do you have a preference when you play the left or the right side? And I know you said you hadn't played with Patrick, but would you like to?
I mean, it would be amazing. Like I mentioned before, we played against each other for so many years. If somebody told me at that time we'll maybe play together as a line, I'll be like, there is no way. But I played left last year for the first time in my life. I never played left before I came to Ottawa. Like I always play only right, and it just took a little bit time to understand the systems, like how the team play. And if you know what you're doing on ice, I don't think there's a difference like what wing you play. Obviously, right is more natural, but like last year I played left in Florida sometimes too, so it's not a new thing for now.
Thank you. Welcome to Detroit.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for taking the time. We'll hop on the Patrick Kane Zoom next. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, Vladimir.